Okay. Let's do this. I'm looking like $1,000,000, as you can tell. Definitely not one of my best appearance days, but that's okay. That is okay. Come on in, friends. Just friends. My family doesn't watch me. They do not. They do not. I am 100% erect today. Look at my hair, my lord. I didn't even realize that I was looking thrown or whatever. Is that the right? She looking throwed or something. I mean, I don't know. Got a lot done today, though. I hope you did. I hope you had a productive day. Always makes me feel better when I feel like I'm accomplishing things instead of being a lazy arse. We are going to finish a couple of readings from Friday night that I have not gotten to yet because I ran out of time yesterday and energy. By the time I actually finished all of the things I was supposed to do, it was after 8 o'clock. So I did not go live last night because I was like, dang, I'm tired. So that's what happened. I know I told y'all I'd be here Sunday night. I apologize about that. Y'all ever try these pimple patches? There's a pimple patch on my face. I had a pimple today, so I put one of these pimple patches on my face, and you have to leave it on there forever. And I was like, okay, here we are with a pimple patch on our face. It is what it is. I am an adult that gets pimples once a month. I think it's about my hormones. Hi, Linda, my darling. So we're gonna finish up those readings since Linda's here. I'm gonna start with her. Let me see what the cards. We're gonna strictly do cards tonight, everybody. Okay, so whatever donations you send, if you're watching on YouTube, you have to exit out of the live chat to see the donation links in the description box of the video. If you're on Facebook, you can just click on my, tap my face or whatever. Hello. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Natalie. Share out, everybody. I appreciate you. And thank you. I look like trash, but I'm still a very good psychic. So let's see what we have for Linda. What does Linda need to do? Tell me Linda's autobiography today. What does Linda need to know? Tell me something Linda doesn't know that Linda needs to know. Hi, Kiss. What do I look up under Facebook? I'm on YouTube. Okay, if you're on YouTube, you exit out of the live chat. And if you click on info or something like that, or the pull down menu, it'll tell you the different ways you can donate. This is an energy exchange. So whatever you donate, I will give you an equal amount of energy in return. Okay. Take that card, which is the 8 of Wands. I love that for you. It's all about things moving quickly. 8 of Wands usually represents some kind of communication or something of this nature, followed by the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent marriage, commitment, a bond between you and something else. It can also represent straying from traditional religious beliefs, following your own path. And then you have the Justice card. So I feel like these 3 cards together, no, Regina, not tonight. I feel like these 3 cards together are, I just have to address that real quick. Regina wanted to know if we're doing any free readings tonight. Regina, since I will be doing full-time spirit messages, and psychic readings from now on. There will be a lot of postings for paid readings, different types of readings that I'm doing, and I will do my one night a week of free readings, okay? And that is not tonight. And if it is going to be free readings, it will say free readings right at the top of the video or in the description box. It'll say it immediately, so you don't have to wonder, okay? Because I know people see these types of streams and they're like, oh, free reading, give me a free reading, give me a free reading. And you know, I can't afford to do that every night if this is my main source of income again. So, Justice card. So the Hierophant and the Justice card together are taught. I feel like this is about your relationship. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's about your marriage, and I feel like this is possibly like you thinking about how you want to proceed moving forward, as far as like where y'all are at. It almost feels like we have to have a conversation. Yeah, you have the Tower card in reverse. So something needs to shift gears in your relationship and your marriage, okay? And if it's not your marriage, that it like, I don't know, I just feel like a conversation needs to happen between y'all. And it's about your beliefs. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is all about your beliefs, about what makes you happy, what brings you peace moving forward. So I don't know if your husband is following a different path or if he's on a spiritual path like you are. I don't feel like he is, to be honest. And I think maybe that's what needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed, okay? If you do a reading, I would gladly pay. I don't understand. Nothing in life is free. Hi, Lisa. Nothing in life is free. I couldn't find you on Facebook, but one of these days, if you do a reading, I will kick your butt. Get out of there. You're not going in the closet, you weirdo. If you do a reading, I would gladly pay. Well, see, and that's how it works. You pay first, and then I do the reading. I mean, I don't do the reading, and then you decide what it's worth. I mean, that's not the way I work. I don't know if other people do, but I do not. How are you doing, Lisa? Hello, Jennifer. Thank you guys for joining tonight. I super appreciate you. Linda's in orbit. Okay, that's what my name means. Okay. Okay, so Linda, the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. I got the spirit itches for someone. Okay. King of Wands is coming out with the Queen of Pentacles. So these two cards together represent you and your husband. Oh, God. Hold on a second. Gosh. And then the Fool card in reverse coming out after that. It's like, you guys, I feel like there's stagnation in your relationship, that you have been like on a very specific course together. And it's very, what I'm hearing is monotonous, routine, boring even so much, okay? And what I'm seeing is that things are going to start changing for you guys. Things need to become a little more interesting, okay? But you're both afraid. You're both afraid to rock the boat too much, you know, or maybe you're the one that's afraid to rock the boat. You want different things now. You know, you faced death and came out the victor, okay? And I just think to myself, wow, Linda's really moving and shaking right now. You know, I really feel like you're kind of like on a very accelerated spiritual path. Queen of Cups coming out with your intuition. I feel like it's difficult for you almost to have conversations with him about this stuff because he hasn't, I mean, he experienced secondhand, not necessarily firsthand. Like he experienced secondhand, you know, your life or death scare that you went through, your health scare. And so it's like, yeah, I'm sure he was afraid too. But like, at no point was he going to lose his life. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that kind of fear. It was like a fear of losing you. So, okay. So now we need a new beginning. Now we need to look to the future and what's going to bring happiness into our life from here. Okay, so this is a new beginning for both of you. You have the Fool card in reverse, which is talking about being afraid of change, being afraid to make um, new decisions in your life, in your relationship. But you're coming in as the Queen of Pentacles, and she's very methodical. She knows what she wants out of life. She's very nurturing and calm and caring, and she's going to take care of this King of Wands. And this King of Wands is a man of action. He's like, you know what? If this is what you want, honey, then we will do it. Okay, but we just need to have that conversation. It almost feels like some kind of wild hair. Like the two of you are going to just pick up and do something crazy together, get matching tattoos. I don't know. Not that particularly, but it feels like you're making some kind of decision to step outside of your comfort zone. Okay. And it feels like you need to be patient. You need to be patient with him because it is something that neither one of you are used to. I don't know what this is. This is some kind of idea one or the other of you have had that is like, hey, let's do this. Let's do this crazy thing. Linda Stanley, are you listening? She hasn't commented at all, so I'm not even sure if she's... Okay, yes, I understand. Still have some physical limitations I'm working through. Okay. I'm glad you were listening because I have no idea what I just said. And that's fine. We do have to give the body time to heal. But I do see there's something coming, like a major shift in your relationship about to happen. And it has to happen. It definitely has to happen. We need to switch gears, because we were on such a fine point. When you're dealing with cancer, it's like you're in such a very specific, staring at this one particular object. All of our attention is there, and we kind of have to deal with this thing, and we're both staring at it and we don't see anything else. And now we can kind of broaden the picture a little bit and see, what is life going to bring us? Is this something good coming towards them? I know it's much needed. I know that for sure, because there's a beginning here that you're both a little afraid of. There's a card of transition. The Eight of Wands is something happening very quickly. Is this a positive thing for Linda? Judgment in reverse. It says negative consequence. Negative consequence. So I cannot tell you that it is a positive thing, but it is a much needed change. See, judgment in reverse, negative consequence. And with the Six of Cups in reverse, it's somebody like, perhaps there's an issue with that. Perhaps your husband has an issue with the fact that you do have some physical limitations, and he's, missing how it used to be or something like that. And I mean, I don't really know. It just feels like this is an aspect of your relationship that you're going to have a conversation about, whatever this physical limitation is. Okay. We're talking about getting a travel trailer. Dude, I was literally going to say that. I was literally going to say, I don't know if y'all are going to pick up and move or what, but I was seeing movement. And look, and when I said movement, the 10 of Cups came out. The 10 of Cups is lovingly complete abundance. And so I think you have to have a conversation about the physical limitations first. But then I think that you need to just scrap it and just go with it. I know it's going to be really hard for you because you do have these physical limitations as a result of your cancer. But I think if you're just very patient with each other, that you're going to end up having... We both miss the old stronger me. I know, I miss her too. But where you have lost some physical strength, you have gained emotional and mental strength. And please don't forget that. Okay? You absolutely have. Hi, Nancy. We're doing paid readings tonight. These are donation-based readings. Whatever you decide you can afford and you send as a donation, I will give you an equal energy exchange reading in return. There's 4 different ways to make that donation in the description box of the video. Now, I don't know if this other lady's going to come on, but I know Angie will. So let me just tag her in the comments. You're welcome, darling. I'm very excited about these changes coming into your life. They're wonderful. Oh, Elspeth says get a mobility scooter. Well, there you go. You can still travel and put a ramp on it. You can get in and out of it. It'd be great. Let me figure out what I'm doing real quick. Let me tag. You're welcome, darling. I'm very excited about. Boop. Hi, Penny. How are you? Okay, so donation-based readings tonight, guys. How are you, dearest? I did tag the other person that had paid for a reading Friday night. Hopefully they'll pop on real quick and I can give them their reading and we can be all caught up and we can start the new one. So there's, as of right now, there's only one person on the list. If you would like to get a donation-based tarot card reading tonight, send whatever you can afford. I greatly appreciate it. This is, again, my full-time job. So this is how I am going to be paying my bills until I get a job at the hospital. But in the meantime, this is what we're doing. I know I look frightful. I don't care. I was doing so many things today. And yes, I'm wearing a pimple patch on my face because I have a big old honker I'm trying to get rid of before my job interview on Wednesday. So you're just going to have to deal with me looking like garbage. Who cares? I don't care. But that is why that is there. Okay. Just a bit tired and working. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I took care of my legal issues today. Got that stupid false DUI off of my record. Thank goodness. That was a really painless process this morning. I went to the court. I got a copy of the dismissal and put a request for an expungement. Got it signed off by the state attorney. And they decided to forego the hearing process because they're like, yeah, we'll do an expungement. I'm like, yay. And so now I just have to wait for the judge to sign the paper. So I look amazing. You're a liar, but I love you anyways. I do not look amazing. I look like complete garbage. Like, oh, this is complete garbage today. It's fine, though. I mean, I'm not upset about it. It's fine. It's fine. Yes. I totally could. Let me pull my hair out of this bun real quick. I'll show you how scary it is. It's horrible. So who's on the bed? Oh, it's Lucky, and she's mad at me because I wouldn't let her go in the closet. Right, Lucky? Meow. 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 Don't even look at the closet door. She's like, you wouldn't let me in the closet. I'm like, no, I'm not letting you in the closet, you weirdo. You're a sweetie pie. I love you so much. Thank you, darling. You're the best. And sending you lots and lots of love. I appreciate you. Hi, Cindy. Come on in, everyone. Let's hang out. You and me and my messed up hair. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow night, y'all. I have an appointment with a girl to get my hair done, so I look like a gazillion bucks. So I look like a gazillion bucks for my job interview. So get rid of all my gray hairs. I don't know. Should I do a little color on there? I don't know. I'm not even wearing makeup today. I'm just like, Lord help me. Lord, she's a mess. She's a mess. Hi, Linda. Linda, weren't you the one? Linda, are you tired? Jesus. As soon as I looked at your name, I yawned. Have you been getting enough sleep? Oh, no. Had my heart checked like you advised and no AFib, but blood pressure shot way up last Wednesday and had to go to the emergency room. Now I feel like junk with my new meds. And sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error, okay? A little bit of trial and error. And they have to try different dosages and different medications and stuff, and just let them know how you're feeling, okay? Penny says, I'm trying to decide if I should do my hair or leave it gray. Girl, leave it gray. If you have the balls to do it, do it. What kind of role at the hospital? Well, Miss Misty. Miss Misty wants to know what kind. Hell yes, I'm tired, Linda says. What kind of role? And also Nancy wants to know, what part of the medical field are you venturing into? So I have an Associate of Arts degree in healthcare management with a specialty in medical billing and coding. So I was hoping to get my foot in the door doing some kind of desk job, and then just work my way up like a good Capricorn. Linda, why are you so tired? What's going on? Hi, Lily. Long time no see. Now to get this small hiatal hernia fix that no one wants to admit. Well, and pain can definitely cause your blood pressure to spike, right? Yes, you should get a good heart doctor, but you're right about the hernia. You would have to see a gastroenterologist about that, don't you think? Well, I'm hoping, Nancy, that people are desperate enough for workers to hire me without experience in that particular type of work, because when I did get my degree in Texas, for that, I was not able to actually get a job doing that because I did not have experience, and everybody wanted you to have like 1.5 years, 2 years minimum experience in order to get that type of job. So I wasn't able to actually get a job doing that. But in South Dakota, right now, people are willing to train you, which I don't really need training, but they're willing to hire you without experience and train you. So I'm hoping that they like me enough that they hire me and do, I'll probably pick it up in a week or two because I'm really quick when it comes to that kind of stuff. But because, honestly, when I started working in the food service industry, like when I started cooking, I had no experience at all. And let's see, I started November cooking, and probably by April, and that's cooking with no experience, starting out at like minimum wage. I think I was making, I want to say $7.75 an hour when I started. And within 6 months, I was already making $13.75 an hour as like the kitchen manager, because I just excel at things. That is what I do. I excel. I would have been over 60 hours, and you would not believe all the BS I've been told. Wow, Cindy, that's crazy. I wonder why. Oh, yes, I did see your sister, and she was, wasn't she waking up and things of that nature? She was starting to recover, right? Did I read, was that yours or somebody else's sister? Can't remember. Hello, Miss T. My friend Linda Price recommended. Yay! Hi, Lori. Welcome. Welcome on, Viv. Come on in, everybody. We're hanging out. We're going to do tarot card readings by donation. So if you're interested in getting a tarot card reading by donation, if you're on YouTube and you want to get one, you have to click the X for the live chat. You got to exit out of the live chat for a second. If you look on the description box of the video on YouTube, it'll tell you the 4 different ways you can send payment for a tarot card reading, okay? And then you can go back into the live chat. If you're on Facebook, okay, you can just click on my face, and usually the information box will pop up if you're on a smart device. If you're on a laptop, you can just look for the description box where it says more, and it'll show you the different ways you can make payments. Okay? And it is donation based. So it is whatever you send, I will give to you in equal energy exchange. Yes, my sister waking up. Praise God. Praise God. Honestly. Honestly. Elspeth, that's a terrible story. Her gallbladder exploded in his hand. Crazy. Crazy, crazy the things that doctors make us go through. Honestly. Isn't it nuts? I mean, I was in pain. I was in pain for the longest time. And it was all because I had that ablation. I had that uterine ablation, which I, do not recommend. I mean, they say that it's not great. It's not great. It was okay. It was okay for a little while, but then my body was like still trying to have a period and stuff, and it caused me to have lots of like blood clots in the lining of my uterus, and those turned into endometriomas, and it's not a good idea. Don't ever get a uterine ablation. Just don't do it. Just get your stupid uterus out. You know what I mean? Woo. Yeah. You always give us more than we pay for. I try. They already took her gallbladder and said it was the issue, but it wasn't. Sounds like they need to do some kind of exploratory surgery, but that's always a last resort because they're paying to open you up and they're not really sure what they're going to find, Elspeth, do you have a particular brand? Have you used several brands of scooter? Do you have one that you would recommend? I do not know anything about scooters, Linda, so I'm going to leave it to the person that suggested it to tell you which one they like. Okay, so that's for that question is for Elspeth. Any recommendations for a mobility scooter? Because I really don't know, Linda. And at least this way you'll be able to get around, eh? Isn't that silly, Karen? It's like, hello, I do not want to have children anymore. And they're like, no. But if you have like 5 kids, they'll be like, okay, you can, like, they don't want you to have babies anymore. Like, oh, you're a baby making machine? Yeah, we'll take it right out. Oh, you don't want to have babies? No, we won't take it out. Like, it makes no sense. It's like hypocrisy. Stacy! Hi. How you doing, love? How's everything on the home front, sis? I'm wearing a pimple patch. I'm trying to get rid of a pimple before my big job interview on Wednesday. Hi, Chandra. Oh, well, there you go. She has a friend. Well, they see the hiatal hernia, but said 99% of people have them with no symptoms. Leave it to me to be the 1%. My mom even told me years ago it was the issue. Been chasing this pain for about 5 years. Were you aware that there were breathing exercises you could do to remove that pain? Why don't you look it up? Okay. Because right after I had my hysterectomy, after I got home from the hospital, I was having severe pain like in my chest, and I heard hiatal hernia. So I looked up symptoms of it, which I was having the symptoms of it, and then I looked up ways to correct the issue non-surgically, and there's different breathing exercises you can do. So why don't you look that up? Breathing exercises for hiatal hernia. Let's actually do it together. And Yeah, because I did it and I never had that pain again. Breathing. Lie down or sit in a comfortable position, placing one hand on your belly and the other on your chest. Breathe in as deeply as you can until you can feel your stomach press against your hand. Hold. Then exhale and feel your stomach move back away from your hand. Repeat for several breaths each day. So, this is something you should be doing often. Lifestyle changes to treat GERD and hiatal hernia. Eliminate trigger foods like fatty foods. Avoid large meals 2 or 3 hours before bedtime. Weight loss, elevating the head of the bed. Switching temporarily to a low FODMAP diet. Switching to a low carb diet. Diaphragmatic breathing exercises. So there's lots of different ways for you to help yourself. Okay. If doctors aren't willing to do it, then somebody has to, right? 5 years been chasing this pain, even heel drop. I feel like if you were to commit to one or several of these things to help you get rid of the symptoms, it might help dramatically. Monday, I'm missing Monday Night Football for y'all. Yeah, no, it absolutely is, Chandra. It was weird because I'm like, why is this happening to me? And then it's like sometimes after having surgery, after you've been laying down for days, um, your stomach is, you know, gets weird, and so it just kind of slouches like a turtleneck, you know. It slouches like a turtleneck, and it's like it hurts like a mofo. Lori, I got you on the list, sweetie pie. But yeah, I immediately got up and looked up ways to fix myself because I don't like doctors that much. I feel like they just prescribe stuff. And who's playing? Let's check it out. Who's playing? Who's playing? I'm missing Monday Night Football for you. All right, Lori, how are you? The Broncos and the Bills. I think. Yeah. Says I can watch at 6:15. It's starting in a few minutes. The chiropractor told me that 3 pregnancies probably caused it. It's fairly possible. Doing fair. I like that. I am usually swell myself. I am doing swell today. Um, who's your team, guys? Who are you picking? The Broncos or the Bills? Huh? Let's see. New layout. What? What is this? Sorry, I'm messing with things. I was I was pressing buttons. I'm sorry. Pressing buttons. Lori's going with the Bills. I don't really know what the stats are for these teams right now. I really don't know. I kind of feel like the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills as well. Hi, Pat. I don't understand. If we have the Super Bowl teams, why do they still play? I'm not a football fan. Okay, Linda. So the way it works, okay, with football, we start with 32 teams or something. It has to be an even amount because teams have to play against each other. So they have 4 different divisions. They have the AFC North, AFC South, and and the other one. Anyways, I got 4 divisions, 4 sections, and then all these teams play each other in a bracket. Okay. So it's like a process of elimination. And by the end of the regular season, the 2 teams from 2 different divisions that have the highest winning streak or rating get to play in the Super Bowl. But they have to be the best. So the 2 best teams throughout the season get to play on the Super Bowl. Okay. Pat's rooting for the Lions. Chiefs fan. I am also a Chiefs fan on the regular as well. I don't really have a particular team that I cheer for all the time. I used to be a Patriots fan many years ago, and then Gronk left because I was a big Gronk fan. But he left, and so then I just stopped being a Patriots fan. And then I cheered for the Bucks for a year or 2, and then he retired, and I said, screw this, I'll just pick whatever team is playing each match. I'll pick a winner for each one. And that's pretty much how I've been doing this season, and I've really been enjoying this season. If anyone has a Fox subscription that wants to share their password with me, I would appreciate it because I don't get to see all the games. I have Paramount Plus where I can watch CBS, and then I have my NFL subscription, which is not the big expensive one. It's just a little one. Trying to heal mine today. It bruises my ribs so much sometimes. So, Chandra, have you looked into the different types of things that you can do for your hiatal hernia? I really need someone to crack my back. You know, you ever just want somebody to crack your back, and this chair's too high. I can't do it. Okay, so I don't know which Lori, or if there's a few Loris watching. I got to figure out which Lori sent a donation for a reading. Let's check it out. Lori Harjo. There you are. Okay, so Lori wants to get a reading. Okay, so let's see. Lori, do you have a question for the cards, or you just want whatever the universe wants you to know? You lay flat on the floor to crack your back? Girl, if I laid flat on the floor, I couldn't be able to get back up, and that's the dang truth. The floor is too hard for me. Yes, you have a question? Whatever the universe wants you to know. Okay. You got it. Let's see what we can find out for Lori Harshow. All right. Let's do it. It is a hard floor. I'm not real excited about it. You're welcome, Chandra. And also it suggested eat smaller meals. This looks can you guys see that this is actually a pimple patch and not a huge crater on my face? I mean, it's covering a zit, but it's not that big of a zit. Can you see it? It's like a pimple patch. Anyway, it looks me looking at it. It looks like a huge crater. It is hard to get out. All right, Miss Lori. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So we are back to doing spirit work full-time, guys, until I get a hospital job. So hopefully that will happen soon. But in the meanwhile, this is my full-time gig again. We are not door dashing anymore. It's really fucking up my car. Like, I've already had 2 fender benders in the last 4 months. I mean, one of them was my fault, but the other one I am fighting 100%. I don't feel like it was my fault. No, it just looks a bit discolored on your face. Yeah, it's a different color than my face because I'm super pale. But yeah, it's a little pimple patch. I hope it works. Herbie, my car's name is Mercury. Emma named my car Mercury when we got it, which I never put together. Like, if my car's name is Mercury, I wonder if I were to look, if all the things that happen in my car happened during Mercury retrograde. Might have to rename my car. What's his name, Herbie? No, it's freaking okay. So I tried the pimple patch the other day when it was a super tiny baby pimple, and it didn't work. And I tried it one other time for a pimple, and it worked great, but this time it didn't work. We call the GPS Bitch and Betty. But anyway, I forgot what I was saying. You guys are funny. I want that card. Okay. So somebody in your reality, and perhaps this is you, Lori, back to the reading after all, has been making decisions based on your emotional reactions to things. Okay. And there's been some issues with that, because when we make decisions based on our emotional reactions, they don't always turn out the best. Okay. Because we're not thinking things through. Cards don't want to shuffle, and I wonder why. I'm going to wait till I get the whole story before I tell you what any of this is. Hi, Angie. Did you get my tag? All right, let me read this story here before I get into. No, oh, I tagged you. I tagged you in the comments. Stupid Facebook. Okay. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, which is financial instability, emotional instability, some type of underlying instability in your life right now. And you have the King of Swords in reverse. This is somebody, this could possibly be a man in your life, somebody who uses emotional manipulation, mental manipulation, things of that nature. Okay, so there's something going on here with somebody in your life who does tend to have a stronghold on you, and it's because of their emotional mental manipulation. Okay, and I don't know if this is in the past, if this is like somebody hurt you, if you were in like a narcissistic relationship, if you were with somebody who was mentally, emotionally abusive, even physically abusive. I'm not really sure about that, but it does have the King of Swords. Swords usually represents mental energy. Okay, so so Lori, does that make sense to you so far about being afraid or having fear of putting yourself out there if you are single, or having fear of being misunderstood or judged because of these triggers? I just feel like with this Ace of Cups and then the Page of Swords in reverse, it's like you don't know who to trust. You don't know who to trust. You don't feel like you can trust yourself. You don't, you know how like when you're like, for instance, I've said in the past, my picker is broken. My partner picker is broken because I always seemed to pick people that were not good for me. Yes, I always picked people that I had some kind of trauma issue with, people that brought out my trauma issues. Okay, um, so this Ace of Cups is like you don't trust your heart, you don't trust yourself, um, and the Six of Swords is saying that you need to stop doing that. You need to stop mistrusting your own judgment. I mean, yes, we do find ourselves sometimes in relationships with people that bring out the wounds, the childhood wounds within us. There's a reason for that though. It may seem like they're horrible people and I mean they are, but you do have a contractual agreement with them and in the astral plane for them to help you recognize these core wounds that need healing to help um, shine light on them, so that the light of awareness so that we can start to heal them. So this Six of Swords is telling you to stop being down on yourself, stop doubting yourself, stop blaming yourself, stop beating yourself up about it. Okay? It's time for you to find balance in your life. It's time for you to think logically, okay? Because there is a part of you that always let your heart lead. Okay, and the heart will lie to you. The head will lie to you too, but the heart will tell you that you love someone. The mind is the one that's saying, "Hey, no, that's not love. That's not love. That is lust." Okay? Love is something that happens over time. Lust is something that happens right away. My friend Pricker is a little broken. I hear you. I hear you. So now it's time for you to think more logically, to find the courage to move forward with your life and to not give up. Okay. Because I feel like sometimes we just, you know, if we're not finding a partner in a certain amount of time, it almost feels like we're just not ready. And the universe will test you. The universe will absolutely test you. The universe tested me with someone. On paper, they looked perfect for me. On paper, they were a wonderful guy, but I didn't trust it. Just something about me was like, keep yourself apart from this. Do not give in too soon. Let them show you who they are, and that's what my soul was telling me. Just take your time. Take your time and go slow. Eventually, whatever mask people wear eventually will slip. That is the truth. When you start dating, people will show you the best version of them sometimes. If it's a narcissist, they'll love bomb you. They'll love bomb the shit out of you, make you feel like you're the most important person in the whole world and that you could do no wrong. And they think that God gifted them by putting you in their life. And aren't you so wonderful? And you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And you make me happier than I've ever been in my life. And blah, blah, blah. And it's fake. Okay? Is fake. And so you got to be careful about that. And it's not that you can't trust yourself, it's you can't trust other people. You have to wait them out. Everyone puts a fake face on when they meet somebody new. Yeah, you want them to think you're wonderful too. And you're like, this is me. I'm Betty Crocker. I bake every day. And this is me, always looking beautiful with makeup on, and this is me always looking wonderful with my best clothes, and I'm always going to be super nice. And you got to wait them out. You got to wait for that mask to slip, and then you have to decide, is that true identity somebody that I can deal with? Does it make me feel differently about them? Does it remind me of any toxic relationship I've been in the past? And if it doesn't, yeah, you're there to show each other your trauma and to find somebody who's willing to heal that with you. I mean, that's what life is all about. It's about finding people that you can lean on, that you can rely on, that will stand next to you during the hard times, even if it's just a friend group. Mm-hmm. So true, Missy. Thank you, darling. But I say usually 6 weeks. I mean, I have never met a person who can put a fake face on consistently for more than 6 weeks, especially if they're a narcissist. They get tired of trying. They let their real self, they let their real self show after a while. Okay, so don't give up. By all means, do not put a wall, or I mean, you can put a tiny little wall around your heart to protect it from shitheads. But that's just about saying no. You just gotta say, you can't come in my garden, damn it. You don't deserve to be here. You're not good enough for all these goods. Okay, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, but that doesn't mean every boy gets to try my milkshake. So we got to be picky. We got to use discernment. Okay. We need to pay attention to what our soul is telling us about people. We need to be patient and allow them to show us who they truly are after their fake mask slips. Okay. So that's what we need to do. And until then, I'm saving my milkshake for myself because I love milkshakes. You can't tell by looking at me, but it is what it is. Lindita, if you are interested in getting a reading, please send a donation. There's 4 different ways to send, okay, in the description box of the video. But Lori, I tell you what, once you can figure out who you are as a person and heal parts of yourself that have just kind of been laying there waiting for other people to notice them, you have to do that. You have to heal those for yourself. I have been single now since April of 2022. I have dated briefly 2 different guys, both less than 6 weeks. And for the majority of the time, I have completely 100% been single, taking care of myself. Okay. Because it was a very toxic relationship. Y'all know I've been shattered into a gazillion pieces, and I feel like I always put a brave face on for all y'all, but that shit still gets in my head sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I still think about him, and it's not in a way like I miss you. It absolutely is not. It's in a way like, wow, he really messed me up. But I'm aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm aware of how traumatized I am by that narcissistic borderline personality disorder piece of shit. And I look at it every day. I look at it every day. I did. You have the same one? My most recent boyfriend insisted on buying me that entire bed. It's used, but it's in really good condition. Yeah, I had a full-size bed. I was using Emma's bed because my king-size bed I didn't think would fit in my bedroom. So I sold it in Texas before I moved. But oh yeah, he insisted on buying me that bed. So thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. Go on with your life, you bat crazy shit fucker. He was a wacky. I'm telling you, it took 5 weeks for him to. It took 5 weeks for his mask to slip. And it wasn't until I told him that I would let him be my boyfriend that it started to slide. It was when he won. You know what I mean? When he didn't have to chase me anymore. That's when he started changing. And he really is very delusional. He's extremely delusional. He definitely has some kind of mental disorder other than extreme OCD and ADHD and self-worth issues. Like, he was microanalyzing me and he had a lot of delusional thoughts. Um, just really crazy. So I got out of there at the first sign. Hey, one good thing out of it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was like, I told him that for like a month. I'm like, I'll date you, but I'm not going to commit to being in a relationship with you yet because I'm just not feeling it. No, I meant the same trauma and realization from a relationship. Oh, yeah. I definitely did get something out of it for sure. And as my witness, you pegged it. Awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And it's hard. Look, please don't rush, y'all. When you get out of a toxic relationship, you can't even fathom. You cannot even fathom how much damage has been done that you are not aware of, okay? Sometimes we pick up the toxic traits of these people just from being around them, you know? Hey, Misty, you are so popular. I keep getting people saying they are you, asking if I would like a reading because I am so powerful. Sheldon, I am the one to emulate, apparently. I am the one to copy and we've talked about this and it really bothers me. Like I understand imitation is the highest form of flattery, but like don't pretend to be me and try to scam money out of people. That really ticks me off. When they try to make profiles using my business name and steal my pictures and make these fake profiles and pretend to be me and message people that watch my lives and try to like get them to send them money and Facebook does not cooperate as far as that is concerned. Like Facebook doesn't fucking care how many people make fake profiles. It happens to me once a week, 2-3 times a month. Different people are making profiles pretending to be me. You'd think I have more followers with how many fake profiles there are out there, but yeah, it's kind of scary how someone can pretend to be you so easily. Well, and if you use discernment and you look, you will see that it's not me. Okay, so I'm going to tell that to everybody. First of all, if somebody messages you pretending to be me, immediately no. I don't care if I'm your best fucking friend. If I am your best fucking friend, I'm not going to message you and say, I want to do a reading for you. It's not going to happen. Not even to my best fucking friend, because I just don't do that. I don't just go around saying, I'm going to give you a reading. I'm going to give you a reading. I've been to you. I would never do that. I have never done that. I have never solicited anyone on the internet to try and get them to buy readings for me. I do my live streams, and this is your opportunity to get readings from me. And then you can contact me if you want a private reading. You can contact me. Okay. I have never reached out to anyone and said, oh, honey, I'm really feeling strong vibes with you. Message me for an accurate reading. Never. I would never. I mean, gosh, that is just so, yeah, you have to message me. Absolutely correct. Like first of all, I would never message anyone. Like absolutely not. Second of all, if I were to message you, it would be for my business page. Now I understand business pages can message people now. They did that on my live streams. You can respond to the comments on the live streams, or you can message a person. So I can understand where it would be a little confusing now, but previous to the last 6 months or so, or a year, like pages couldn't message you unless you had already contacted them. Now you can, but before that, no. People will make a profile with my business name and they'll put like Misty and the together, or they'll put Misty with an apostrophe or a dash or something. If you see any of these things, red flag. Okay. People making profiles do not use all those special characters to make a profile business name. They just don't. First of all, I don't have to do that because it's a business page. Okay. look on the profile. See if there's any posts on there that scroll down until you get to a picture of an Indian person or someone from Nigeria or some lady that doesn't look like me. Or, if there are no pictures of my face at the beginning of the profile, it's not my profile. Because whenever you make a profile on Facebook, you have to upload a picture of you, right? Send that as you said it. Yeah, exactly. Usually the name is different. Usually there's some kind of difference in the spelling. There's a capital letter somewhere where there should be like if there's a capital L, they'll use a capital I, or they'll use they do it all jacked up. Okay. Check it out. I mean, don't just trust the fact that a psychic is messaging you because they're drawn to you. That's the biggest crock of bullshit I've ever heard. Cards laid out in a candle, but in video form. Yeah. One had a black and white picture of you with a stern face. They stole that. That is actually they steal pictures of me because I don't have them watermarked. That is a picture of me. That was a picture of me and Travis, actually, but I cropped it and I made it black and white for my old Facebook page, my old business page. And they, the one that I can't access anymore. Melissa says I would really use a reading private or public. It doesn't matter. Well, Melissa, if you want a private reading, I'm available for private readings, but you have to contact me. I will not reach out to you. If you want a public reading and it doesn't matter to you what's said or what is shared, we are doing donation-based tarot card readings tonight, and there's 4 different ways to make a donation in the description box of the video, okay? So you just pick one, send a donation, and whatever you send, I will give you equal energy in exchange for. That nose of yours is driving you crazy. I'm telling you, it's the spirit itches. It means that there's a lot of spirits around me. And I just have to say, several times over the last few days, I've been seeing glimpses of them. And you guys know that I'm just like not into seeing dead people, right? You know that it's not like I'm not cool with it. I don't want to do that. So I think it's kind of annoying that they're just kind of pushing the envelope with me and they're kind of like the corner of my eye and everything. I see them and I'm aware of them and I'm just like, I don't really want to see you guys, Or their post has the same date when you scroll down. I don't. Miss Cleo? Are you talking about Miss Cleo? Call me now. People like that give us surreal psychics a really bad rap, and I think it's because of people like that it is kind of a joke for some people. Like, oh, you're psychic. Yeah, I am a psychic. So, anyway, do they need your help crossing over? No, I saw somebody. I saw somebody walking across the street with a woman. I saw a man with a woman and a dog, and there was somebody following behind him, like attached to him. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a negative energy or something, but it was like somebody attached to them. So it was like it's not one of the, and I don't do that in public either. I don't I'm not like the Long Island medium where I'll just walk up to people who are eating lunch, be like, oh, by the way, I'm a psychic. Can I give you a message from your grandmother? Blah, 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 blah. I don't do that either. I absolutely do not do that either. You don't know how people feel about that stuff. You don't, why would you? You just let people come to you. Hi, Diane. You know how she do. She'll just be walking up to people like, oh, it's all fake and everything. Okay, I didn't say that. I mean, it's all pre-screened and everything. I didn't mean to say fake, but to each their own opinion about the Long Island medium. I used to watch her. I used to love her back in the day on the TLC channel or whatever. I would watch her back before my spiritual gifts opened up. Yeah. I mean, I used to watch her. I liked her, but there's been a lot of talk about her authenticity and, I mean, people will talk is how I feel. I do feel like she's got some spiritual gifts, but I don't think they're as good as mine. I mean, I've never seen her do any kind of like medical reading on anyone. She just delivers messages from loved ones. She doesn't do anything else. She doesn't do past life readings. She can't connect to people all over the world. They have to be sitting right in front of her. You know what I mean? DoorDash and everything. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Trisha. But yeah, I mean, I've known that I'm better than a Long Island medium for a long time. That's why it's like, man, if I had somebody that was really good at marketing, I would be helping so many more people than I am now. I'm just not the best at marketing myself. And then I show up like this sometimes where I'm just like, hey, this is me looking like garbage. This is me wearing my pimple patch, getting ready for my job interview. The nightmare stop. Elspeth, yes, of course they did. I did take that energy off that night, just so you know. They jumped over into my house, and I was like, ugh. I had the craziest dream, and I woke up like, this is bullshit. I didn't say you could stay here. Get the hell out of here. I've always wondered why you aren't rich and famous yet. Yeah, I'm not, I'm a humble person. I say that after I'm sitting here talking about like how great I am as a psychic. I feel like that is still me being humble. Like I feel like that's just the truth. I am really, really good at what I do. I am a really good psychic. I'm a really good medium. I'm a really good medical medium. I'm a really good seer. I really am good at that. So I feel like that's me being humble, but like I really need a marketing team. You know what I mean? I need somebody who's really good at that. Yep, sounds like those moochers. Yeah, it was a crazy ass dream. Let me tell you about it. So I had this dream. I was on a cruise ship, okay? And every night people were disappearing off of this cruise ship. And there was like a bunch of demons on the cruise ship and they were killing people and they were just disappearing and nobody noticed. But like I was this like chubby random kind of guy, and like I noticed that people were disappearing, and I was walking down the hallway talking to this guy one night, and all of a sudden like he started trying to kill me, and then all of a sudden there was some scissors, and like I was like, and then he didn't have any legs, and he was like stabbing me, and I was getting away, and then all of a sudden I had the big scissors, and then like I was cutting his skin, like trying to cut him up and stuff, and he's like, you can't kill me, I'm a demon. And then he was like trying to get me with his claws and stuff. And I woke up and I'm like cutting his skin with scissors, like poking and like slicing up his skin. I'm like, that is fucking crazy. First of all, I don't have dreams like that. I know that's not me. I know that's an energy that is manipulating my subconscious mind. So in the negative astral plane. And I immediately knew that it was whatever I had taken off of you that night, because it was that night that it happened. So I banished it out of my personal space. And I haven't had that problem since then. But I knew immediately that it was from you. Any idea why one of my diplomas keeps falling off my dresser every couple of days? What is your diploma for? I would look at it. I would look at what that diploma is for. Are you using it? Is that something that you're actually using, that part of your education in your career? Trisha, I know you're a nurse, right? Aren't you a nurse? Oh man, I had some dreams lately. All last month, I couldn't find my wallet. Recurring dream at least 3 to 4 times a week. I finally found it in my dream last week. It was the best. My nose is super itchy tonight. Gosh. Sheldon, that must be stressful for you to lose your money and not be able to find it. Good Lord. I would have been stressed out as well. I'm glad you finally found it. What a relief. What a relief. my, yes. Oh my, indeed. I did. I got rid of it. I'm thinking the universe worked out for something I've been wanting to get for 2 years, a pair of solid red tennis shoes, Skechers. And lo and behold, I went to Shoe Carnival and found that special pair of red, and they were $20 off instead of paying $70. I got them for $50, and it was random because I hadn't even planned on buying a pair last Thursday. It was so cool. Tracy, that's awesome. But everything has to be put on hold. Okay. And so maybe that's why that keeps falling off. Maybe it's like the universe telling you, like, hey, no, it doesn't have to be put on hold. Maybe you just have to look in a different direction, you know? All right, we got to do Angie's reading because Angie also paid. I'm glad you popped in, Angie, because let's see what we got for you tonight with this tarot card. Angie sent a donation on Friday, and once we finish Angie's, then we will all caught up with the past donations. All right. Hi, Kay. Air shocks. Ooh, awesome. How's everything going, Kay? What do we have for Miss Angie? What does Angie need to know right now that she does not know? Why does she need to know that she does not know? Introduced my daughter to the Harry Potter series because she was born in 2010 and those movies came out way before that. So there's a big slice of time where a lot of good movies came out that my daughter was just too young to see, you know? So we have started watching Harry Potter movies. We're on number 3. I watch one every couple of days. All right, what does Angie need to know? It's going very well. Life is starting to get a whole lot better. Awesome! Air shocks. That's cool. Red Skechers. Huh. I'm not much for red myself. In theory, I like the color red, but I honestly don't have a lot of red clothes. I have one red shirt, and every time I put it on, it just doesn't feel right. Things will clear up. You've never watched Harry Potter? Oh, what a great series, Angie. You should totally watch. I love Harry Potter. Look, my kids were little when those books came out. My 28, 25-year-old, so 20 years ago. My kids were little, and I used to read stories to them every night. And one time I decided to buy the first Harry Potter book, and I started reading the story to them when they were little in bed. I read them every night. I was a good mommy. And I got hooked on it. And I started reading ahead. And then I bought the next one and read that whole book, and the next one and read that whole book. And I read every single book. And I swear to God, I am not lying or exaggerating in every way, shape, or form that is possible to tell the truth. I'm telling you the truth. When the 7th book came out, I read the entire book from start to finish in one day. It had over 700 pages. I went, I bought it, I read the whole thing. I did not sleep. That book was amazing. But yeah, I sent the last 5 I have on cashapp. Okay, Kate, I'm going to put your name on the list. If I can pick up my darn pencil. Hi, Mazelle. I did that with Lord of the Rings. I saw the first movie and didn't want to wait for the rest of the movies to come out to figure out what happened. So you went and got all the books. I'm telling you, man, the books are amazing. They really are. When somebody says the book's better, it is usually better. I mean, the Harry Potter movies are really great, but the books are just phenomenal. There's never too much information. You know what I'm saying? There's never too much detail. Sometimes authors will go on and on with detail and it gets boring. But there's never too much in those books. It's usually just the right amount, and they're just so very well written. What's that card? I'm sorry, guys. My nose is so flippin' itchy. Okay. Angie. I'm getting your cards, Angie. They're just coming out a little at a time. We're doing tarot card readings tonight. Huh? And tomorrow night I'm getting my hair done for this job interview I have Wednesday morning. And this is why I have a pimple patch on my face, to get rid of this gosh darn pimple. So you just have to see me at my worst, and then you can see me at my best. Okay. Gosh darn. Itches. What do I want to say there? 5 of Wands in reverse. Come on, what do we got for Angie? Anyway, I plan a reading with you for my friend. She lost her mom and she's a mess. Is there any way I can plan a reading with you for my... Yeah, absolutely, Mazel. Contact me. It's from stress. I know. I'm like, I really want to get this job, so I'm a little stressed. And plus the whole thing with my car insurance. Yeah, like I don't have car insurance right now. Don't tell anyone. But they want an arm and a leg because of that DUI I got arrested for that was dismissed because I wasn't drunk at all. It's still on my driving record. So my premiums are like through the roof right now. And I got it all squared away today. Got my record expunged with the attorney. And we just had to wait for the judge to sign off on it. And everything's copacetic. But I've been stressed about that. But yes, if you contact me, Mazel, on my page, we can set it up. If you want to pay for your friend to have a private reading with me, you can always, if you guys know anyone that's going through a hard time with grief, you absolutely can pay for a reading for them. Please ask them first if they'd be open to it, because some people are not open to it, even though you know that it would be super helpful for them. I don't want you to pay for a reading and then have to ask for your money back if they're not open to it. Okay. But if your friend lost her mom and she's open to it, by all means, you can pay for a reading for your friend, and I will do everything that I can to help her in this very difficult time. Okay. Hi, Tammy Joe. Have I tried rubbing alcohol on it? No, my next try was going to be tea tree oil, because tea tree oil is really good for pimples and stuff. I was just given these pimple patches. Shh, Sheldon, don't tell anyone. I drove right up to the insurance company today that I'm trying to get insurance for. And she knows that my insurance ran out on the 11th. And she just came out, took pictures of my car. It's like, hopefully I'll hear something. Last card. Okay. Angie. All right. I finally got all your cards. La, 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 la. Sheldon's like, hear nothing, see nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, Angie. Ace of Wands in reverse. I'm feeling... I feel like I'm going backwards. Do you feel like you're spiraling right now, Angie? Because I feel like I'm going backwards. I have the Ace of Wands in reverse, which is all about delays of something, a lack of passion for something, feeling stifled, feeling like I'm not myself. I have the King of Swords here, which is you all in your head, all up in your head. And then you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is like feeling like you're alone. The Five of Swords in reverse, feeling unheard, feeling like you have to compromise yourself for the people around you. And then you have the Justice card. So it just feels to me like I'm going in reverse. Like I've lost my way. And I need to get myself right again. And I totally understand. And I know that you've suffered a huge loss when Janet passed away, who was your best friend for 30 something years. Okay. This is between you all. That's funny, Sheldon. So the Justice card is coming out, and it's saying to you, Angie, it's time to get your shit straight. Okay. Yes, I have been holding everything in since Janet passed. Okay. And it's fair to you. Okay. It's not fair to you. And I feel like this is going backwards. I feel like we are reverting to coping mechanisms is what I'm feeling right now. I just feel like there's a lot of coping mechanisms being used, old coping mechanisms that we haven't used in a long time. Okay. So the interesting thing is with the Justice card, you see the Justice card here, how she's got this red ribbon around her. The next card is the Eight of Swords, and now it's around her eyes. Okay, so where it is you've seen you need to do the right thing for yourself, you're not quite sure what that is, and you've lost a lot of confidence in yourself. Okay, but you have to come to terms with the fact that you do actually know how to handle this situation. You have just allowed yourself to kind of tuck yourself into a corner and just quietly weep in the corner by yourself. And I feel like that's what you've been doing. I feel like you've kind of, like you said, you've pulled yourself in, and I'm mourning. I'm mourning the loss of my friend. And nobody understands that. I mean, I feel, how can people just live? And I'm over here dying inside. I feel like I'm dying inside. And the more that I don't attend to the world around me, the issues around me, things continue to spiral out of control. And I'm just watching it happen because I'm hurting inside. My heart is hurting. Okay. And I feel like I can't go on, but you can. All right. You absolutely can go on. I know. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's probably the hardest thing you're ever going to do. Okay. But you can. And I feel like if you just start taking care of things one thing at a time, because it's just swirling all around you. I just see it just swirling. Everything is just swirling all around you right now. And you're just kind of, it's like I'm standing in the eye of the storm watching all of this happen. And like it's not touching me because I'm numb. Does that make sense? I just feel like I'm hurting and I'm numb at the same time. I really want you to allow yourself to let some of this grief out of you, because when you're containing it all inside of you right now, it's like you're not allowing yourself to feel it. It's like you're keeping yourself in the middle of the storm. You're in the eye of the storm. You're not allowing yourself to feel the gravity of the situation, the gravity of your emotions that you're experiencing right now through the loss of your best friend. And I feel like the hardest thing you could ever do is let yourself feel that, okay? Because that is the most painful thing that you're probably ever going to experience in this life. And how amazing is that? Like, how amazing for you to be able 5 years from now, 10 years from now, to be able to look back and say, man, I experienced the most painful loss I'd ever felt. And you can bring it to mind. Like, you'll be able to bring it to your mind exactly what it felt like. And you're not going to be able to do that if you ignore it. You know, our emotions are the colors in our coloring book. Like, otherwise, they're just black and white pictures, guys. Everything in your life is just a black and white picture. Rational reality. The emotions are the watercolors of your life. They're what bring the picture to life, you know? You have to allow yourself to feel it, even if it's fucking terrible. Just let yourself feel it. Because it's going to be the worst thing you ever felt in your life. And I know that's scary. But prior to this happening, the worst thing you ever felt in your life, you got through. You got through it. You'll get through this. You absolutely will. I know you will. I've already seen it. You just got to let yourself feel it so it can start to subside. Otherwise, it's just going to keep swirling around you the way it is, waiting for you to step into it, to connect with it, to truly feel it. And once you do that, the feelings will start to subside. But you truly have to acknowledge them, okay? Because I know right after she passed away, you were a fucking mess. You were a mess, and then you realized, I can't deal with these feelings. I can't deal with these feelings because they're too much. And you kind of just squashed them. Trying to cope, but I'm also trying to help her boys, and it's killing. I know. She left such a heartache. She helped me for 10 months dealing with my sister's death. Now I have nobody to help me get through her death. She was an example for you. Hello, Danielle. How are you, my love? It's good to see you, darling. She helped you. She led by example. She showed you. She showed you how to get through it, right? She showed you. She was there for you, telling you what you needed to hear to help you through that. You need to remember that. And I know it's hard because you're helping her boys, but don't disregard your own grief. To help somebody through theirs. Yours is just as important as theirs is. I mean, she was your friend longer than those kids lived, wasn't she? I mean, she was your friend first. I mean, sure, she's their mom, absolutely, but you knew her longer. You have the right to grieve too, Angie. I'm just saying everything that the little girl inside of you wants to hear right now. I'm not discounting their loss. She left a big mess for them to deal with. Of course, nobody is ready to go. I'm fantastic. I had a horrible thing in October. Oh, I'm so sorry, Danielle. I'm sorry you had a horrible thing. That sounds terrible. Tell me all about it. That's terrible. Tell me what happened. The antidote? Okay, I've got Kay and I've got Eddie for the antidote. Interesting. Okay, Eddie, the antidote. Are you here, my darling? Hi, Pat. Whoa. What song is that? Is that Bob Marley? Whoa. I don't know the lyrics. What's the tune, guys? Is that a Bob Marley song? Hi, Kay. She was a good person. She was a wonderful person. I really enjoyed knowing Janet, and she definitely will be missed. Definitely, definitely. You know. Oh my goodness, Danielle. I'm so sorry. Your body went through a very traumatic situation. You know, with all the pain you experienced in your gallbladder. Goodness. Okay, let's see what I have for Kay. What does Kay need to know? Let's pull some cards. Figure it out. It is okay. You know why? Because every soul that tries to come in and is gone with a miscarriage comes to us in a different way, either through our own bodies or somebody else's. That soul will reconnect with you again in this life. You can guarantee that. Okay. Starting with the 9 of Wands in reverse. Reverse. And then the 10 of... Oh my God, I've got the hiccups. Which is not good. It did, but I didn't have no pain with the miscarriage. Oh. Only a week and they already knew you were pregnant. Wow. Was it a blood test? That's because they have to make sure before they do surgery, right? Yeah. Because they know that surgery, sometimes the medicines they give you can cause that stuff to happen. Yeah. Dang, it's crazy. A lot to deal with all at once. Finding out that you're pregnant as you're going to have a surgery. All right, Kay. So the 9 of Wands is you feeling defeated, feeling drained with everything that you've been going through lately. And the 10 of Swords in reverse is all about getting through it, getting over it, moving on from this. This period, I don't know, of exile is kind of what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like it's dark night of the soul. That's what it feels like to me. Dark night of the soul. And it's like you went through this period where you felt so alone, where you felt down in the dumps, where you felt like everything was dark and you were just depressed and there was no options and there was no help and there was no light at the end of the tunnel. You know? That one guy that you shouldn't be with, that one guy that we talked about before. Yes, for sure. But we are right now, and that's the recent past. Okay. This is you like feeling defeated, feeling like it's the end of the world. And here you are now with the 10 of Swords in reverse. The 10 of Swords is usually represents a lot of mental anguish and suffering. And right now with the 10 of Swords in reverse, you're coming out of this. You're coming out of this darkness, out of this period of isolation in the deep, dark depths of your mind where everything is the worst. You know, and it's like you've finally seen a little light at the end of the tunnel. You finally finding your way out of the darkness. And it's, you know, one little step at a time. You don't want to rush because the light will blind you. Okay, you don't want to rush out of the darkness. You want to take one step at a time, one sure, steady step at a time. So you can adjust to what you're seeing in front of you, adjust to this new view, to this new version of reality, okay? And take your time, absolutely take your time. And this is where you're going, okay? This is you Okay. Queen of Swords. This is you using all that mental energy to figure out what you want to do with your life. Okay. Remember what she told you. I'm sorry for your loss. Danielle, if this resonates with you too, then by all means, take it for yourself as well. So, Kay, my stupid computer's being dumb. So, Kay, moving forward, you're the Queen of Swords. Okay. And as the Queen of Swords, I finally let my kid's dad go. I was stressing about bills all the time. But the guy was started work today and it's going to help with bills. Started work? Started? Okay. How long has he been out of work? I'm getting nosy and I know it, but I know this looks like a good thing to you, but I'm seeing the red flag. How long was he out of work? Well, like a month or two? And who was taking care of him? You can't survive for a month or two with no job. Who was taking care of him? Am I frozen? Am I frozen? The comment section is so quiet right now. Okay. Okay, Broderick. He still had money from his job he had before he lives with me. Okay. He still had money from his job he had before. He lives with me. He was cooking and cleaning when I went to work till he could find a job. None of my business. Okay. None of my business. But the Queen of Swords is telling you that you have to think strategically. Okay. Mind over matter, mind over heart. You have to think about your next moves like a chess player. I'm sorry. But what kind of man? No, 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 I got to say this. What kind of man moves in with a woman who is stressed about her bills financially, has herself and her children that she has to take care of, moves in with her knowing that she is recently separated and has to pay all these bills by herself? And instead of immediately getting a job, he cooks and he cleans. If he can take a month or two off now, he can take a month or two off in 6 months when you're dependent on his income, or in 3 months when you've just finally getting your feet under you. What kind of man does that to a woman? Puts added responsibility of another body in her house. That's not a real man. I'm sorry, I had to sing it. And you'll find out It's not a real man. Real men don't add stress to the women that they're dating. They provide for them. And you date somebody with the intention of a relationship. I would rather work and have the man stay home. I've always been that way. That's a lie. That is a lie. That is not actually the truth. The truth is you do want to be taken care of, but historically, no man has ever taken care of you. That is the truth. And so you tell yourself that's what you want, but that's not actually what you want. What you actually want is a man that will take care of you without you begging him to take care of you. So that is what all women want. We're just so like used to being taken advantage of and not being provided for that we've convinced ourselves that that's what we want. That is not what you want, girl. You want to be home taking care of your babies like every other woman out there that had some kids. My lady, I know of one that did it for 5 years. That what kind of man? But he lives with his mom and not me. That's right. Did not work for 5 years and lived with his mama. I'm sorry. I am sharing my opinion, and we all know I do that sometimes. I'm not telling you that that is the authentic truth coming from the universe. That is the truth coming from me. And you can be upset with me. It's really not what I want. I love taking care of bills and things on my own. It's called hyper independence, Kay. Hyper independence. When you insist on doing everything yourself because the people that were supposed to take care of you when you were little, when you were dependent on them, did not take care of you, did not protect you, did not provide for you, to provide emotional support, physical support, mental support. Okay? So you become hyper independent to protect yourself from being hurt emotionally, physically, mentally. It's a trauma response. I absolutely do love you all so much, and I don't want you to end up in these karmic cycles with people when you're doing the same damn shit over and over again. I don't want you, I want you to heal yourselves. I want you to heal yourselves so that you are on a trajectory to meet the best possible person for you. The best possible person for you. November 13th, 2003 at 7:18 p.m. Kay, this is not the best possible person for you, and I've got that on the record. Okay? I'm just putting that out there. He might be a Mr. right now. That's right, because she knows the only one she can really depend on is herself. That's what I'm doing, the shadow work journal. Good for you, baby girl. Good for you. I love that for you. I love that for you. What was that day and time? It was November 13th, 2013 at 7:18 p.m. Pat says, oh my God, I get it. That is what my 3 adopted kids feel. Exactly. Hyper independence. I can do it myself, but you don't have to do it yourself. And that's what you tell them, Pat. You can do, of course you can do it yourself, but you don't have to do it yourself. I'm here and I want to help you. And you have to insist. I want to help you. Because it is a lack of trust. Okay. A lack of trust in other people that creates hyper independence in us. Oh, happy heavenly birthday to your sweet mama. I love you too. Have a wonderful evening. November 13th, 7:18 p.m. All right. Mr. Eddie, are you here? My good friend. Eddie G. Eddie G. Maybe I might send him this in Messenger. We'll see what happens. If he's here, we'll do it here. If not, have fun with my interview. Oh, Sheldon, I did look up the interview questions, and I feel like I'm very competent in that regard. I feel like I would be just fine answering, interview questions, things of that nature. I'd like a reading, but I only have $2. Oh, you absolutely don't you worry at all. But I'm sending you lots of 4-leaf clover. Good luck, Danielle. Okay. So I want to say goodnight to all of my friends and thank you all for joining me tonight. I will not be here tomorrow night because I'll be getting my hair done. But I will be here Wednesday night to let you know how I think the interview went. In the meanwhile, if you're interested in getting a private reading with me tomorrow, anytime during the day, I will be home. So I will be available for private readings tomorrow, all during the day until about 3 p.m. Okay. So if you're interested, my private readings are $60 for 30 minutes for most of them. Unless it's a tarot card reading, then it's way less than that. It's just $25 for a 10-card tarot reading. Okay. I know, I'm so excited. I want to wish you all a very, very stress-free evening. I hope you enjoy